Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Iron Man 3. And this movie is not directed by Jon Favreau. He does star in it as Happy, but it's actually directed by Shane Black, who's directed a few things that I've enjoyed, like The Nice Guys and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and he's also the writer of The Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, which is Lethal Weapon, not The Lethal Weapon, sorry. I saw this movie once back when it came out in theaters and haven't seen it since. And honestly, I never hated it. I did enjoy it. I understand some people don't like it because it kind of took artistic liberties, I think, and it just upset a lot of comic book fans. And also, I just was like, yeah, that was kind of funny. And unfortunately, I can't talk about that one thing because it's a major spoiler. And I'll just say this right now. It's a twist. I think that's okay to say. But I do feel as though it was an effective twist that was pretty funny. And I really enjoyed. And I'll always remember the movie for that. And the performances I thought were great. I love Robert Downey Jr. in this movie. He brings so much to the character. And honestly, I don't see anyone else playing this character. And he's just a very memorable character. And I do like how they brought in how he's kind of struggling moving on with the events from the first Avengers. I do like that a lot, how they acknowledge it, and he's paranoid and he's stressed and he just doesn't know what to do, and he just built a bunch of suits so he can protect Pepper. And this movie does share one kind of similarity to Captain America the Winter Soldier that I cannot get into because it does get into spoilers a little bit. But I did kind of liked that one similarity that they share. And also, there were moments of humor that worked for me. And I do like the tone of the film. It is kind of dark and dour and kind of feels a bit different from these other Iron Man movies. Sure, there are serious moments in those other films, but in comparison, those movies feel a lot more fun, lighthearted, and just a bit more free and breezy in a sense, whereas this one is a bit more dark and grounded. And Tony Stark, for most of the movie, is not in an Iron Man suit, and that's also partially because his suit is a prototype, and it keeps shutting down or things go wrong with it, so that adds to the tension, and the fact that he can't even rely on it is pretty fun. And I do feel as though this movie just finds a lot of ways to make this movie work. The pacing for this movie was pretty quick. It's slightly over 2 hours, and I didn't feel the runtime at all. And the after credit scene was pretty funny. I liked that part of the movie for sure. And it did say Tony Stark will return, but it didn't say in what. And obviously, with what we know now, we know what he's going to return in. The action scenes in this movie were pretty fun and entertaining for the most part, and I do like the dynamic between Tony Stark and the one kid in this movie. I felt as though their dynamic was fun to watch. But now to get into my issues with this movie, and this is kind of a nitpick and a small thing, but I don't really understand why Tony Stark decided to early on give away his home address to the one reporter. I don't know why he did that. That was kind of weird. It just felt like a dumb plot device, honestly. And a problem this movie has, and a lot of later MCU movies do have as well, is when all of this chaos is going on, where's the rest of the Avengers? I don't know. Just taking a break, doing their own thing. I don't know. It would make sense if all this stuff happened in the last 10 minutes and it was just this crazy plan that was slowly being built up to. Like, that would make sense. And it just showed the rest of the Avengers show up and they're a little too late to the party. Like, that would be funny, but this movie decides not to do that and just tries to have a standalone film. One thing that kind of bugged me in the action scenes was the editing. Sometimes it was pretty choppy and I couldn't make out what was going on, which kind of disappointed me. And there was one thing that they did with Pepper Potts' character that I found to be really stupid towards the end. And overall, one thing that kind of disappointed me a little bit is that this movie didn't really feel like a Shane Black movie. Like, I get that he's not necessarily someone who's known for the shot composition or just how things are presented visually in his movies, but just like the writing, like nothing really felt like a movie from him, really. It just felt like another MCU film, which was a bit disappointing for me. Like there's one moment where it kind of reminds me of Shane Black movies, but that's about it. And that's about all I have to say about Iron Man 3. It was good. I enjoyed it. It's better than The Predator. And as long as Shane Black movies are better than that, then I'm fine. So, do check this movie out. I don't know if I would say this movie is underrated. I like this one about as much as I do the first movie. I had fun with it. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Iron Man 3 a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Iron Man 3, and my social media links will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Outrun. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.